And we are live. Let me just quickly see. Okay, cool. So my name is Josephine Warner, and if this is the first time that you see me, so welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super happy to be here today. This is a sometimes weekly, sometimes not so weekly show that I run, and I share a little bit what I'm thinking, things that are happening. And what we're going to look into today is why you as a coach need a scalable offer like now, not tomorrow, not in a year or anything like that, but really now. And the reason is that the market has changed significantly. And what worked before, so I started coaching six years ago. And back then it was very common to create like 12 months program and then charge high ticket. It was not uncommon to charge anywhere between 10,000 to 50,000 for such offers. That is no longer working. Are there people still charging that? Absolutely. But they have been in business for years and years and years, and they have already built that know, like, and trust. So if you're not yet there, but you're starting out and your one-to-one coaching is going okay-ish, but it could be better, then I have a great idea for you to test out. And that is to implement an easy to say yes, scalable offer. And what do I mean by an easy to say yes, scalable offer? I mean that you implement an offer that is the investment price of that would be around $1,000, because $1,000 is still kind of like it's still significant enough for you to actually make a difference on your revenue when you welcome people into your program. We are talking about scalable programs now. We're not talking about selling your one-to-one services for $1,000. We're talking about scalable offers, right? And it's still at the same time, it's significant enough for your clients to actually take it seriously, but not that high that it really takes months and months and months for them to really dare to invest that in your services. So that is what an easy to say yes offer is. So what that does with you, or with your people rather, it's that it actually builds trust from the moment that they are welcomed into your world. And if you then also offer installment offers or like payment plans to that offer, then you will also be able to create like a recurring revenue in your business. So let's say your offer is $1,000 and you create a payment plan of, what do I know, times 2 or times 3, then you're actually able to create that recurring revenue quite easily, actually. And the recurring revenue is something that will really help you to plan your future revenue. You know what's happening next. You don't need to figure out where the heck is that next client going to come from. So if you're listening to this, add a comment, add a thought. If you have experiences yourself, then make sure you add them. If you have questions that pop up either throughout this session or afterwards, if you're watching the replay of this, make sure you add those questions into the comment section, and then I will be able to pick up on that, right? So also what happens with that easy to say yes offer is that you don't need to invite people to sales calls. Those sales calls where you offer strategy sessions, discovery sessions, whatever it might be, to try to convince someone that coaching is the best next step for them to take. So with the easy to say yes offer, you implement a super simple sales strategy, and then you take them onto that journey with you, and you sell one to many, meaning you're offering a webinar where you sell one to many, so that they then see you in action. You get to build know, like, and trust at the same time. And even if someone, let's say, is not ready to join you now, they might be ready to join you the next time you run exactly the same masterclass or exactly the same webinar, and you run it again and again and again. And that is the key. That is how you become the master of actually implementing a super simple, scalable offer into your business that will make everything so much easier. Let's take one of my clients, for example, Lisa. So she was very reluctant in the beginning when we spoke about adding a lower ticket scalable offer into her offers, because she had been a leadership coach, executive coach for over 10 years. So she had this standing reputation, but she also knew that it was so hard to walk away from her business, because if she was very reliant on high ticket one-to-one offers, sometimes also corporate workshops, for example, but you also have a cap on those corporate workshops. Even if they are better paid than many of the one-to-one offers, you still have a cap on those corporate workshops. So that is also another reason why you need a scalable offer into your business model. Because when you design it the right way, there is no cap. You can welcome as many people as you want into your scalable offer. One of my business buddies, Tessa, she ran exactly the same program over and over and over again. And the 9th time that she ran it, she welcomed 70 people into her scalable offer. Now that she runs exactly the same launch in exactly the same program over and over again, she actually is on a trajectory of making 7 figures this year in her business, because she invested time to implement a scalable offer and do the same thing over and over and over again. And I think that is one of the biggest mistakes that we make. We want to make it new and fresh, and we want to reinvent the wheel all over again. And I have been there too. I have done that too, right? That was also one of the reasons where I said end of 2023 that I can't do this any longer. I had 52 clients in 2023 alone, where I was one-to-one clients, where I was like, I am so exhausted. And at the same time, I constantly created new offers. I invited new people into the world. I got them to join my scalable offers. And then I said, this is not good enough. The clients aren't the right ones. The problems that I'm helping them solving isn't the right one. I didn't give my offers the possibility to actually scale, because once I had gotten one offer to work, I threw that away and I created a new offer. So instead of reinventing the wheel over and over and over again, I suggest you implement one scalable offer and you run it again and again and again. And that is the best way that you will grow. What also happens when you start promoting that scalable offer, people who are then actually willing to invest in one-to-one services, or they prefer to work one-to-one with you, they actually you will draw the attention of them too. So through your scalable offer, you will build the reputation that you are the go-to person to solve this particular problem, and they have the option to work with you in a scalable offer, or they have the possibility to work with you on a one-to-one basis, right? The scalable offer, there is no cap on that one, meaning you also need to price your one-to-one services differently. Can you see how that then kind of drives engagement? It drives your revenue. It even drives the impact that you're making, because through that, you will be able to help so many more people than you actually can today. So what else do we have? Well, often what I hear then too is that, don't I then devalue my services if I start to implement a scalable lower ticket offer? No, you won't, because what happens then is that you're actually how do you say it? Like, you put up more value on your services, because through that service, you will then, and I will show that. I have a masterclass coming up next week, and it's easier than if I can actually share the calculation with you. So if you're interested in that, I will add the link so you can join that underneath here. That is where I go through this exact process step by step. And I also share in a super simple Excel spreadsheet how this can look like and the impact that it will make on your bottom line revenue, right? So if you want to learn more about that, then make sure you register for that, right? So, but I will add the link after this live session. Anyways, what happens is that you then actually, the hours that you work are, you spend less like face-to-face hours with your clients, but then the revenue that you make during the hour that you spend with your clients, independently if it's 5 clients, 10 clients, or maybe even 50 clients at once, because you serve them one too many, right? That is the point of having a scalable offer. I also often hear, and I thought the exact same thing, but I don't even know what to teach. And I'm a coach, I'm not a teacher. I'm not telling my people how to do it or the steps that they need to take. Well, there I'd like to challenge you to actually take a step back and think, are there any commonalities? Is there a framework that you have? Are there common steps that they need to take so that you can actually help them on that little bit like basic level before you then invite them in to take the next step with you? So it's a super great way to actually welcome people into your world, offering them maybe a 4-week, 5-week, 6-week transformation together in a group setting. And then those who are ready and those who want to continue working with you, they can do that in a one-to-one setting. What then happens is also that you have built the know, like, and trust with them through that one-to-one setting so that they know exactly who you are, what it is that you do, and they will then continue working with you because they have then found their coach that they really want to work with, right? So what else? What else do we have? Well, we already have 62 people registered for the masterclass next week. I expect that will probably end around 200 something. So if you want to join us, make sure you register now. And when you are in the masterclass or when you have the link to the masterclass, make sure you show up 5 minutes early to the masterclass, because this time I'm not going to upgrade my Zoom account. So we have 100 spots, live attendees available. So make sure you show up live on time. It's Tuesday next week. Wednesday. Oh my gosh. I'm so in my head that it's always on Tuesdays. No, it's on Wednesday next week. Next week, 5 o'clock Central European time. And I will add the link underneath here. So I really, really hope that I get to see you there on Wednesday next week, 12th of November, where I'm going to share my step-by-step process, the steps you need to take to actually start implementing a scalable offer that will help you to estimate your revenue to make that next 100K with ease, without hustle. Oh, maybe I also wanted to add, I see a lot of very, very low ticket offers going around. People who think that maybe I could implement below $100. You can absolutely do that. That is can also be a trust building offer. But then remember that if you set the pricing at around, I don't know, $50 to $100, you actually need quite a number of people per month to actually make a difference in your revenue. And that is why in my view, the kind of like the golden point or the golden thing is to have an offer that is priced around $1,000. So thank you so much for being here with me today. And I can't wait to see you next week. Bye. Bye-bye.